knowledge. So, Srila Prabhupada explains that there are three classes of men: the karmis, jnanis, and yogis. And then there is a fourth group, those are the bhaktas or the devotees. So, the whole society, you can find all these four classes of men. Some or other, they're all trying to reach perfection. The karmis are the materialists. Just like now, everyone is a karmi. Everyone is working to get money, to build something, to make some projects, to enjoy sense gratification. These karmis, they worship the demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, like that, in order to derive some material benediction. These demigods, they're not equal with Krishna, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a great misunderstanding, that whatever God you worship, you're going to reach the same goal. All paths lead to the same goal. That is a nonsense. Nonsense number one. If you purchase a ticket, now you purchase a ticket to London, are you going to go to New York just because you purchased a ticket to London? And if you purchase a ticket to New York, you're going to go to the same place? No, this is nonsense. You purchase a ticket to London, you go to London. You purchase a ticket to New York, you go to New York. Similarly, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, it is not a self-made knowledge what we discuss here. This discussion is fully based on the authority of the Vedic knowledge, on the authority of the acharyas. The Bhagavad Gita is considered to be topmost authority of spiritual knowledge, especially in India. If you go to India, everyone knows the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says, when we say Krishna, we mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, those who worship the demigods, go to the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits, go to such bhutas, the ghosts and spirits, they take birth like that. And those who worship me, they go to me. So, where is this idea coming from? And I worship Krishna, I worship Shiva, I worship Brahma, I worship a ghost, I worship Donald Trump, I go to the same destination. Where is it coming from? That's a complete concoction. See, so there's a class of people who are misinterpreting the Vedas. They're called Veda Badarata, and they misguide everyone from the real purpose of the Vedic knowledge. So especially these karmis, those people who want to enjoy sense gratification, they become victim to these nonsense people. In the name of spiritual life, they preach like this: whatever nonsense you do, it's all good. You just meditate for 6 months and you become God. So foolish people, karmis are actually compared to asses. Asses. This is a society of asses. Why? Because only an animal can think that he is the body. We're not this body. The body is a combination of blood, stool, bones, and so on and so on. Flesh. I'm not this. I'm not this matter. I'm not this flesh and blood and so on and so on. I have a spiritual nature. I'm a spirit. We're not these bodies. This is what creates so much disturbance in the world, so much anxiety, so much fight, so many wars, based on these bodily designations. Oh, you're a Jew, you're a Muslim, you're a Christian. Oh, let's fight now because your religion against my religion, and your nationality against my nation, your race against my race. So the Vedas, they compare them to asses. They're asses. Ass is also thinking, I am ass. I have to now carry this load on the washing machine. A dog is thinking, I'm a dog. Why are you coming here? Woof, woof, woof. Starts barking. Sometimes the barking of the dog very disturbing, right? So much disturbing. He's barking at night. You can't sleep. He's barking. And all consideration. He's simply thinking, I'm dogs. Now I have to express it. So in the same way, these karmis, they think, I'm this body, I'm Canadian, I'm Quebecois, I'm American, I'm Chinese, now I have to show to everyone. See, now we are Americans, now we're going to bomb because we're Americans, so everyone can understand we're American. What is an American? Before you took your birth, were you born in America? Were you living in America? You don't know where you were. You might have been an animal. You might have been born in China. Those enemies you're fighting now, you might have been one of those enemies in your previous life. And in the same way, in the future, you cannot guarantee that you will take birth in America or Canada or Quebec. You might be born as a dog. You love your country so much. Oh, I love Canada, yes. But you might be born as a cow. And because cow is not considered to be Canadian, because all the Canadian citizens, they're given protection, you're going to be slaughtered in a slaughterhouse. That is your nationalism. So sectarian, so selfish. So these karmis are considered to be the lowest class. They do not even understand the purpose of human life. The Vedas explain the purpose of human life is tapasya. Why? Tapasya means austerity, renunciation. Even the karmis, they also have to do some austerity. Working hard on a job, 12 hours sometimes, working so hard. This is also austerity. In order to enjoy the money, the salary, a nice holiday in Florida, he has to do some austerity. He has to work under a boss. The boss says, oh, what you nonsense you're doing? You don't know how to do it. Oh, I'm going to fire you if you don't work harder. This is austerity also. But it is the austerity for the wrong reason, to get something material. You see? So human life is meant for the austerity. Human life is meant to be austere for the real purpose, and that is liberation. One should get liberated from the cycle of birth and death. This is intelligence. This body is simply full of ignorance, full of misery, and it is temporary. I am eternal. Krishna says, Nanyane Hanimani Sharire. The soul cannot be killed. The body is dead, yes. Every moment the body dies. Yet the body of a small child, where is it now? It's dead, it's gone. But you're still here because you're eternal. You're observing that which is changing because you're eternal. You're not changing. You're eternal spirit soul. So why should I attach myself to the body and that which is connected to the body, the society, the family, the nationality, the race, the gender, and so on and so on? This is nonsense. This is asat. That which is impermanent. Sat means eternal, asat means non-eternal. My whole problem is that I attach myself to the asat. Asat sangatyak. Lord Chaitanya defines the devotee of Krishna. He says, asat sangatyak. A real devotee is recognized by his disgust from the non-devotee association or the impermanent association. See, everyone is a devotee, yes, but we're a devotee of that which is impermanent, and that's why we have to suffer. Because I am eternal. I need to attach myself to the eternal also. Right? So, when one becomes frustrated with this karmic propensity, simply gratifying the body, simply working hard. Sometimes these karmis, they worship the demigods. Nowadays people don't even understand how to actually enjoy it properly. In the Vedic culture, the karmis would worship the demigods. They would perform certain rituals. So in their future life, they would take birth in the higher planets. We're not alone in this universe, according to the Vedic literature. Every single planet is inhabited. There are inhabitants in the sun planet, there are inhabitants in the moon planet. All these planets we see at night, all full of living entities. That's what they say that the moon planet is empty. This is simply a propaganda. Do not believe that. People are sometimes challenging, what is the proof that these Vedas are actual words of God? What is the proof that Krishna exists? They're very suspicious. But when they show them on a TV that, oh look, we landed on the moon, immediately accept full surrender. Yes, it must be true because it's on television. People are so foolish. They do not question that there is life in the air, in the water, on the earth. Why not in the other planets? The atmosphere might be different, yes, just like we can't live in the water. See, if we live in the water, if I put you in the water for 1 week, you're gonna die. It's not the atmosphere meant for your particular type of body. We have the earthly body, right? Our body is made of earth. But the fish, you take the fish out of the water, he dies. His body is meant for the watery atmosphere. So similarly, in higher planets, there are demigods, there are devas, whose body is completely adjusted for the atmosphere on the moon planet or the sun planet, and so on and so on. So these karmis, why they want to go to these higher planets? Because the material sense gratification is higher. The nice apsaras, the nice heavenly prostitutes, the roads are bedecked with jewels and gold, the nice palaces. The people there do not age. They do not have any bodily odor. It's very nice to simply chant and dance and enjoy. So the karmis don't want to get elevated there. This is the idea of heaven, right? In a Christian religion, Islamic religion, that idea is also there. Go to heaven, heaven, and you can enjoy very nicely. In the Quran, it is mentioned that you can enjoy so many virgins. If you go to heaven, you can enjoy. You have an island, and you can enjoy so many virgin girls. This is mentioned as an inducement. Because why? The people at that time were so fallen, and this is the only way how to bring them to God consciousness. Give them such a inducement. You want to enjoy sex life under any circumstances? Okay, but at least worship God, and then you can enjoy sex life. But this is not real God consciousness. It's not real God consciousness. The real God consciousness means I want to give God everything, and for myself I don't want a single thing. This is called bhakti, love of God. Love of God. If I love God, if I worship God through the rituals, like a robot, going da 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 da, in order to get something, that is not love of Godhead. That is the love of what I want to get from God, and I'm trying to utilize God to satisfy my sense gratification. So this is the karmis. They're not a very high class, very low class, and nowadays, especially in modern society, they do not even know that it is possible to go to the moon planet, not through the difficult system of making a machine, through the rituals recommended in the Vedas, Upasana portion of the Vedas. It's a very powerful knowledge, the Vedas. It is not a joke. Nowadays they worship the earthly demigods, just like a prime minister or a boss, and so on and so on. The principle is the same. You worship a superior personality, and then you get some benediction. So if one becomes frustrated, why he becomes frustrated? Because he's not happy. He has all the money, he has all the women, it is still frustration. Still hankering for more, greed. He's not satisfied. Okay? Ramachandra Prabhu, he is chanting Hare Krishna with a mridanga, eating a little chapati, a little khichdi, everything complete satisfaction. He doesn't need anything. We don't need a nice furniture or nice elaboration. Simply by this chanting Hare Krishna, all the pleasure is there included. But the materialistic people, they're not satisfied. They want something. And they can't sit down here and chant Hare Krishna with us. They need something. This, I need that. And when he gets it, then that creates another desire. Just like you're putting oil in a fire. Right? If someone says that I want to put down the fire, so give me some oil. I'm going to decrease the fire. Is it very good intelligence? the fire will increase more and more. The more oil you put in the fire, the more the fire will increase. Similarly, the greed, the lust. If we satisfy these desires, they cannot be satisfied. That is your foolishness. Simply the greed and lust will increase. Will increase. That is what is going on. The people in the Western country is so greedy, so lusty, that the whole world is suffering on account of their selfishness. The people in the third world countries, they don't have nothing to eat. Their water is polluted. There's so many diseases. Just because the Westerners, they're so greedy. They don't know the purpose of life. So they're very much puffed up. They think, oh, I am very free. I can do whatever I want. This is my freedom. This is democracy. I can do whatever I want. And you're not going to tell me with your religion, with your nonsense. Yes, but what about the other? Not just the humans, but the animals, the whole ecosystem, everything. What about them? Okay? In your next life, you're going to take birth to suffer the consequences of your actions. So then don't complain. See? Now these people who are suffering, they're complaining. So much suffering. Oh, please help. So much suffering. Why God has done this? Oh, God doesn't exist. God doesn't care for us. Don't complain. You have caused this in your previous life. You were greedy, you were lusty, you were doing all kinds of nonsense, sinful activities. Now you have to suffer. See? Don't complain. People say, why should I not kill the animal for satisfaction? It's good. It tastes good. I like my meat. So then, when you do like this, then people actually increase their aggressiveness. And they kill the humans. There's so many terrorists right now. Prabhupada calls it a ferocious animal. You are an animal because you think you're this body. You're simply working on the principle of satisfying the senses. So a terrorist is simply a ferocious animal. Right? You're an ordinary animal and he's a ferocious animal. He becomes so lusty, so greedy that he cannot even follow the human morality that I should not kill this other person. He doesn't mind. He kills for the satisfaction of his whimsical desire. So then don't complain that the terrorists are coming, they're bombing you, or they're killing you. Don't complain. You have killed the animal, tit for tat. Now you're going to get your karma back. You see? So people are very foolish. They don't understand that freedom. What freedom you have? There's no freedom. Whatever you do has a consequence. There's no freedom. Freedom is only for Krishna, only for the Supreme Personality of God. He can do whatever he wants, and there's no consequence. When Krishna tells Arjuna, you go and kill your family members on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, it is not bad. It is not evil, because his advice, his action, doesn't have any consequence. He is the Supreme Personality. But when we do, whatever we do, even good actions, they have their consequence. And the aim of human life is to get out of this consequence. See? I'm always complaining. I'm always limited by something. Someone is always bugging me. Something is always, something I want to solve all the time. So I want to get free from this limitation of the material laws. I want to be free. So the karmi, he comes to the second stage, and that is called a jnani. A jnani, he has understood what is the use of this. I'm simply working, worshipping or doing something, then I'm getting the benefits, and I'm not satisfied. So let me give this up. Let me inquire. Atata Brahma Jigyasa. Let me make the real inquiry. Sometimes people come to the temple and they ask, can I have sex life in Krishna consciousness? Very nice sex life. Can I have money in Krishna consciousness? Can I levitate? Can I have some yogic powers? Can Krishna fulfill this desire? Because if not, then this is not my religion. So, not like that, not a question like that. I should question the real problem. Why do I have to die? I can enjoy nice sex life, I can enjoy nice meat, I can enjoy nice restaurant, I can enjoy nice mansion, house and money and so on and so on. But ultimately I have to give it up. When the death comes, I cannot keep whatever I have. The death comes and I say, please dear death, now I still have to enjoy this. Please can you wait a while? before I can finish my enjoyment here? No. You'll be kicked out. You keep this here and you come with me. You come with me. And you have to keep your body here, you keep your family here, your nationality here, your whatever you have. Everything you have to stay. And you kicked out from your body and you take another body. And that you have no control of. What kind of body you get, they have no control of. So Jnani is inquiring, why do I have to die? Why do I have to die? I don't want to die. It's unnatural. Right? Now, if I tell you, now we're all going to die. You're going to be very disturbed. Why? Why should I die now? What is going on? Now, I had so many plans. I was supposed to go meet my friend later on this night. So many things I wanted to do in my life. So many plans. Why do I have to die? It's unnatural. Why is it natural? Because I'm eternal. That is why it's unnatural. The atheists, they say, no, there's no soul. There's no eternity. It's all just for weak-minded people. They need some kind of a fairy tale so they can cope with the reality of life. So why are you lamenting when your dad dies or your mom dies or whoever dies? Why lamenting? Why are you taking care of your health so much? Going to a doctor, this, that, healthy diet, this, that, veganism, vegetarianism, whatever. Why are you concerned about this? If you're not afraid to die, you die. You die. Why are you always trying to save yourself? Going to job means you save yourself. Right? You get your salary, you buy your foodstuff. Without a foodstuff, you're going to die. Putting a nice coat in a thick winter in Montreal. Again, you're trying to protect the body from death. People don't understand. Every single moment, they're trying to fight death. But they are losers. This is the point. They have no solution. The death will come, and their whole life they're trying to save themselves from death, and they cannot. So it takes a little humility to admit this. Yes, actually, I'm a loser. My life is a defeat. We don't like to admit this. We don't like to be humble. In our society, this is not taught how to be humble. We're taught how to be very puffed up. You make a nice portfolio, you do like this, you do like that, you get a nice diploma from McGill University, from Concordia University, and you propagate yourself. I am the best. I have this talent, I have that talent, I've done this, I've done that. And if I all of a sudden, if I say, my life is a defeat, I'm a loser, then everyone will laugh at you. Look at this guy, nonsense. He doesn't know how to propagate himself. Sometimes foolish people, they come here and they instruct us. And you guys, you don't know how to preach. See, you have to do a little like that. If you say like this, the people will be distracted. If you tell them that you have to get liberation, you have to control your senses, you have to follow rules and regulations, people will be distracted. So let me give you some advice on how to present your philosophy nicely so more people can join the movement. They're so foolish. They don't understand. We're not after people. We're trying to save ourselves. And those who are sincere, they will accept it. They will accept it. Just like the diamond. Not everyone, any Joe bag of donuts can afford a diamond, to buy a diamond. I was reading the other day in a newspaper. There was the biggest diamond in the world was exhibited somewhere. So who can purchase these big diamonds? It was like this, very big. Who can purchase this? Anyone from off the street? So a homeless guy comes, I want to purchase the diamond. No. Only the most rich person, Donald Trump, he can purchase diamond because he has the means. So similarly, this Krishna consciousness is not for everyone. We're not in this illusion and now everyone will become Krishna conscious, everyone become a Brahmin, everyone will join the temple, shave their heads, the whole world. We're not in such illusion. We understand this knowledge is meant only for the best of the society. Manusyanam saseshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhana kaschid mamiti tatvatam. Krishna says, among many millions of men, hardly one is trying for perfection. That is the jnani. And out of all these jnanis, hardly one knows me, Krishna, in truth, tatvata. So it is not so easy to understand Krishna. So the jnani, he is trying to approach Krishna through the mental speculation. Mental speculation. Just like the impersonalists, they are very good jnanis. They think that by the capacity of my mind I can understand the Supreme Absolute. But that is not possible, because I am very limited. I am simply a minute part and parcel of Krishna, of the Supreme Absolute. So how can I, with a limited mind, understand that which is unlimited? That is not possible. So that we also have to give up this process of speculation, mental speculation, logic, arguments. Yes, to a certain extent we can utilize the logic. It is not illogical. Krishna says, Deinosmin yatadi komanam yovanam jara tata dihantara prapti dhirastatra namuyati. And just like you had a body of a small boy at a certain point, now you have a grown-up body. That small body is no longer here. All the cells, everything is replaced. But you're still here. You're still here. You're still conscious. That means you're not this body. You see? So Krishna doesn't speak dogmatically. This is logical. In the past, I was here. Now I am here. In the future, I must be here. A logic, hypothesis. But when we come to that which is inconceivable to us, just like the Supreme God, the Absolute, this is inconceivable to us. So we have to kick out this process of speculation or logic, understanding through logic. We have to give it up. If we do not give it up, we'll break. Our brain will break when these high concepts are given to us from the Vedas. Just like Krishna and his transcendental pastimes. Mother Yashoda, Krishna as his mother. Mother Yashoda takes Krishna and chastises him. What are you doing? Why are you eating dirt? Come here, Krishna. What are you doing? Come here. And sometimes the mother Yashoda, she beats Krishna. She beats him like a mother beats a child. So now, to a jnani, this is illogical. How can God, the Supreme Absolute, be chastised by some coward woman? So their knowledge completely breaks down, and they misunderstand the activities of Krishna. They misunderstand Krishna. So this is not the process. The process we should accept from Krishna. If we want to understand Krishna, and we should also accept the process of how to understand Krishna. Not that by my own process I will understand Krishna. Just like you go to some other country, you go to India. So if you want to understand the culture, the Indian people, then you have to learn a little bit something about the customs, about the culture, about the philosophy, and then you can interact. And then people also, they will give you some more knowledge, some more information. And now if you come very puffed up, I'm a Westerner, why this is not like that? In our Canada, we do like this, we do like that, then people will be closed. They will say, oh, this is nonsense. And they will not share the confidential secrets they have about the Indian culture. So in the same way, if we want to understand Krishna, then we have to adopt the system Krishna has advised. What is that system? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsavidu. Se kalanayamata yoga nasta parantapa. Yoga. What is that yoga? Yoga means relationship with God. Yoga means to link up, connect. So I am connecting with God. That is yoga. And this science of how to revive this relationship is already there. We have a relationship with Krishna. We're taking the water, we're taking the foodstuff, we're taking the fruits, we're taking so many things from Krishna. The relationship is there. Just like a child Right? The child is taking everything from the parents. The parents give him the food, give him the shelter, pay the bills, everything for the child. So there's a relationship. Right? The child and the father, the mother, they have a relationship. So our relationship with Krishna is already there. But we have to purify that relationship. Just like I was explaining in the beginning. We have to make our love for God, for Krishna, absolutely pure, 100% pure. No karma, no jnana, no fruitive results. I want this, I want sex life, I want money, I want that. And not even jnana. So I want some knowledge. I want to study Vedas. I want to learn Sanskrit, so then I can make a big show that I'm a very learned man. That is also a material desire. That karmi, he can't give up that propensity that I am the most important. So in the materialistic field, he was trying to enjoy money and sex or whatever. And when he comes to be a jnani, he wants to enjoy this false ego of I am a very learned man, I am very intelligent, I am very liberated, I am very renounced. This is another maya, another illusion. Evam para praptam imam rajasarviyu sekalanyam yoganastapam. That science of how to purify our relationship with Krishna is passed down through a disciplic succession, parampara. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the source, the roots of that succession. It is coming from Krishna. And the other acharyas, they preserve the science as it is. Just like Srila Prabhupada has made this translation of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, without misinterpretation. And in this way, the science descends unbroken through the disciplic succession to us. What I have to do is, I simply have to accept. I have to open my mind and accept, not to challenge. If I still want to challenge, if I don't understand my position, the urgency of the situation, if I'm still trying to make business with the spiritual master, can you do this? Can you do this for me? If I'm not inquisitive about why do I have to die, who is God, and how to revive my relationship, I have no business with the spiritual master. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshyanti te jnanam jnanina sattvadarshina. Be submissive, inquire, and render service. And as we render service, that knowledge will not be fruitful. We can hear from the spiritual master on and on and on. We can come here, hear the classes and so on. Unless we engage in devotional service, then the knowledge will not be realized. See? So this is what Prabhupada is criticizing in this purport, that these Vadarata people, although they deal with the Vedic knowledge, they study and so on, because they do not engage in the service of Krishna under the guidance of the spiritual master. I cannot approach Krishna directly. So the spiritual master comes here through the disciplic succession. So by serving the spiritual master, I become realized. I will learn how to serve Krishna. So because they do not do that, that knowledge becomes dangerous in their hands. It becomes very dangerous. This is the whole purpose of the Vedic knowledge, to engage in devotional service to Krishna. So it is very easy. Now this devotional service, Lord Chaitanya made it very easy. You simply chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Why this is a devotional service? Because this is directly chanting Krishna's name. So everyone wants to hear his name. So Krishna also has that propensity. But that propensity is completely transcendental, completely pure. So we can please Krishna in this way. Chant his name. You don't have to do anything. No big yagyas, no big meditations. Go to Himalayas, go to India even. You don't have to go to India. Simply you chant. Take up this process very seriously of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Chant 24 hours, all the time. You go back to home. You chant in metro. You chant on the way, on the sidewalk. You're walking down the street. You chant. You're waiting for the laundry. You chant. You're passing stool in the toilet. You chant. You're taking a shower. You chant. The Hare Krishna mantra. There's no hard and fast rules. The other mantras, they have different rules and regulations. Just like there's another, the Gayatri mantra. That is not, it cannot be chanted just by anyone. One has to develop the mode of goodness in order to perfect the Gayatri mantra. But this Hare Krishna mantra, anyone can chant. It's so beneficial. And take this Krishna prasadam. Just like Ramachandra Prabhu, very soon he will serve you in the feast. This is directly offered to Krishna, and Krishna makes this foodstuff spiritualized. So by taking this foodstuff, this is the most intriguing, most amazing yoga process. And by taking foodstuff, you become expert in yoga practice. By chanting nice music, dancing nicely, and taking nice foodstuff, you become the greatest yogi. Bhakti yogi. See? So there's a karmi, there's a jnani, and there's a bhakti yogi. So bhakti yogi understands. To understand Krishna, I have to surrender to the bona fide spiritual master and render service. Bhakti mam abhijanati. By service, that knowledge becomes revealed. Yes, this is my eternal constitutional position. I am a servant of Krishna. When that knowledge becomes lost, when that service becomes neglected, then the knowledge has no value. So I'll stop here. If there are any questions, maybe you could let the guests first ask. Yes.
Who wrote the Bhagavad Gita? The first when it started?
The Bhagavad Gita.
Who wrote it?
Srila Vyasadeva, who is the literary incarnation of Krishna.
Okay, the first version? What's the first version?
There's only one version.
In what time was it?
5,000 years ago.
12,000 years?
Yeah. As a part of the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a longer epic, and Bhagavad Gita is one chapter in the Mahabharata.
And some people are also saying that we are in the Kali Yuga time.
Yeah, that is so.
And very dark and deep and suffering.
Yes.
And it's gonna last for how many years?
Sorry, just one thing. The questions should pertain to the subject matter. I mean, I can answer maybe after the class.
Okay.
But just to keep the discussion focused.
Yes.
Is there anything from this topic we covered you would like to ask?
Yeah, after the name. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, well, we talked about how the Krishna consciousness is directed to a certain kind of people. Like when Prabhupada went to the United States in the 70s, what was he trying to do? Since the consciousness is only for a certain kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
So why did he go to the United States to offer his knowledge to people who are drowning in material existence?
It is not like that. This is not what I was saying. Mm-hmm. Krishna consciousness is everyone's nature. Mm-hmm. It's natural. It's natural. Krishna consciousness means my original consciousness. But in this material world, we can't expect that everyone's going to become a saintly man right away. So there is a way. The Vedas explain how to engage the whole world in Krishna consciousness. It's called the Varnashram system. Varnashram system. You know what it means? Varnashram system? Okay. They're the 4 divisions. What they misunderstand to be a caste system.
Oh, okay.
You know, they're the Brahmins, they're the Kshatriyas, they're the Vaishyas, they're the Shudras. The saintly persons, the administrators, the businessmen, and the workers. So these groups, it's not that, you know, they're artificially created. They're in every society. It's natural. This is how nature works. So in a perfect Varnashram institution, they're also trained properly. Nowadays, there's no training. Nobody knows who is what. What is your propensity? Do you know what is your propensity? Are you an administrator? Are you a saintly man? Are you more like a worker? You know, you don't know. So anyone and everyone can go to a college and become a prime minister. Although he doesn't have any propensity to be a Kshatriya, to be an administrator. His propensity is to be a Shudra. Shudra, he doesn't have the brain. This is not like to put him down, but it's natural that there are varieties in the world. Some people are more into intellectual pursuits. Some people, they're satisfied working manually with their hands or like that. It is not to discriminate. Quite the opposite. People should be taught that, my friend, don't try to artificially imitate. You're not going to be happy. You stick with your whatever you want to do. Stick with that. Don't try to imitate just because someone gets a better salary or someone is famous. I also want to be like that. Act on your propensity. And then the Brahmins, in a perfect Varnashram society, they instruct the politicians. Just like Trudeau. He should come here, and we would actually tell him how to arrange the Canadian society so nicely that people don't have to work so hard, and they can save time for spiritual cultivation more. But now, even Trudeau or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who he actually is, but no one is trained properly. The Kshatriya, he's trained. Yes, I'm not the supreme role. I should take guidance from the Brahmins. The Brahmins also, they don't take salary. They always keep themselves in poverty-stricken condition. Just like here, you can see, whatever donation we get, immediately we spend for the propagation. Just so no one can corrupt us. If we get a salary, then people will be like, okay, I'm going to give you $10, $20. Can you not say this in your class? It becomes corrupted. So Brahmins become corrupt. A real Brahmin, he voluntarily keeps himself in austere position. And then the politicians, big men, were controlling vast countries. They humbly come and they ask for guidance. These simple Brahmins. You see? Because the Brahmin is not corrupted, he's going to give him such knowledge that the whole society will be equally benefited. Not that one class is benefited, the other class is suffering. It's not just, right? Because this system is missing, So in a Varnashram system, the Brahmins, they instruct the Kshatriyas instruct the Vaishyas. The Vaishyas' position is to produce foodstuff as much as possible. It should be one whole class of men who simply are producing food, so much food, and milk, taking care of the cows. So the whole society has food to eat. Prabhupada said that there's so much land lying vacant. This idea of overpopulation is simply bogus propaganda. There's no overpopulation. So much land is lying vacant. If people would utilize it properly, Prabhupada says the world could be fed 12 times. The whole population of the world, 12 times more, they could be fed like that. So the Vaishyas are producing foodstuff and taking care of the cows, and the others, the workers, they simply assist the higher classes. And because the Brahmins, ultimately, they engage in the worship of Krishna, and they perform yajna, what is called a sacrifice, just like today you took actually part in the yajna. This is Sankirtan yajna, this chanting. Krishna is pleased, and he supplies all the necessities. This that now is what do they call? Global warming, and the ozone layer is violated, and then this is all nonsense also. All these things are there because people are not performing yajna. So the Mother Nature withdraws its resources. This is the real reason. If people were performing yajna, if they were more sacrificing for God, then the Mother Nature would supply more necessities. Why these calamities are here? The rain, snow in summer, and summer rain, snow, and whatever. Because people are impious. This is the punishment. So because the Brahmins engage in this proper yajna, and the whole society ultimately aims to respect the Brahmins, the whole society benefits. Like Arjuna, he was a Kshatriya, and he wanted to give up, he wanted to become a Brahmin, but Krishna says, no, you perform this duty, and by your duty, you're going to serve me. So it is not that we say that everyone should become a monk, but we have actually a guidance for everyone. Everyone can benefit. So Prabhupada, when he came to the United States of America and he established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, a great spiritual movement, his prime objective at that point was to create a class of Brahmins. Because in India, see, Yoganasta Parantapa, people have become so much misguided, so much overfamiliar with the Vedas, that they would not hear the proper explanation. Prabhupada had to go to the West, where people were completely unaware, like a blank page. And there the Krishna consciousness movement started growing very nicely. See, if people think, many times, Ramachandra can tell you, we try to distribute books on the street. And Indian people, what they say, there's a regular line, they say, I know. They say like this, I know. And then you inquire a little bit more, you read the Bhagavad Gita, you test him, he doesn't know anything. He is completely unaware. It's simply some family tradition. He doesn't know what it means. Today our landlord also, he told us, you should do like this, because in our country, he doesn't know that tradition, what does it mean. He said, I cannot cross with the Lakshmi through the door, because Lakshmi cannot, so I didn't get into it, but if I ask him, what do you mean, like, what is the purpose of this kind of a ritual, he wouldn't know. So this is the problem, when we become puffed up and we can't acquire any knowledge. That's why Prabhupada had to go to America, where people were completely unaware of this knowledge. And with open minds, they would hear without unnecessarily arguing with Prabhupada and so on and so on. So he actually was successful. He created a class of Brahmins. And he's creating still, through his books, you can also become a Brahmin. You can become the highest leader in society. If you simply apply the process, become initiated by the spiritual master, by Srila Prabhupada, and then the whole world can be engaged. So this was the reason. When Prabhupada came, not the whole America didn't join the ISKCON movement. It was just a few intellectual, hippie people. But see, when you surrender and you follow these instructions the spiritual master gave, Srila Prabhupada gave us, then you become higher than a Brahmin. You become a devotee. The devotee is beyond all these designations, because he understands the real purpose, and that is to please Krishna, the real purpose of knowledge. Is that clarified?
Thank you.
Any question?
Simple question. You mentioned about the nature it's expressing because we're not doing enough sacrifices to Krishna.
Yeah.
What type of sacrifices to understand more?
What type of sacrifice? Well, sacrifice means we enjoy so many things. Like for example, you getting electricity, right? We're getting electricity. If you don't pay your bill, what's going to happen? Electricity is cut off. So in the same way, we also getting the sun, we're getting the water, we're getting food stuff. This is from Krishna. It's not, the Hydro-Quebec cannot make sun. They can make a little light bulb, but they cannot manufacture sun. But the sun is also, it's created by someone, and when we enjoy freely and we don't sacrifice anything back, then we're going to suffer. That supply will be cut off. So this sacrifice, of course, in the previous ages, it was more elaborate, big yagyas, you would need a lot of ghee and so on and so on. Now it's very simple. You just chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is called Sankirtan Yagya. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalonasti, Kalonasti, Vanasti, Vanasti, Evagati Ranyata. In this age of Kali, this is the only yagya which is effective, chanting the name of God. So by this chanting, you perform the greatest yagya for the whole society. Because devotees are chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, there's still some sort of arrangement. We're still not completely suffering. But unfortunately, people don't understand the value of this. They try to discourage this Krishna consciousness. So many enemies. So we go out on the street, and the police, they come, stop this. Why are you doing this? They're so foolish. Why are you making noise? People are disturbed. People are disturbed. You know, he can't have nice sex life in peace because, you know, you're chanting there. Actually, we got a ticket.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the police came and we were fined. I had to
yeah.
pay $175
Oh yeah.
for chanting in the name of God. This is
Even if you go
Our
to the hall, the place for the city hall, they will never,
see.
they do something for that.
I was so disgusted, and my schedule is so busy serving Krishna.
Yeah.
I rather pay,
Yeah.
and I didn't bother myself.
Yeah, because you lose your
Nonsense.
time.
I lose my time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
better go and chant Hare Krishna outside.
Understand.
If I can't chant inside, I'm going to go outside.
Yeah. Understand.
So, you know, we ask everyone, please kindly help us. You know, tell people about the great benefits this Krishna consciousness movement has for the whole society. They're so ignorant, and they're putting obstacles.
It's so simple. If everyone who has a strength, you know, abilities, they just serve Krishna by doing it. It's so simple.
It's so simple. Thank you.
Yeah, but people,
Yeah,
they don't
understood.
think about it.
I don't think.
They want to be like Justin Trudeau. They want to be like Angelina Jolie. Who cares?
Yes.
They can be like they did, but we have other duties to do.
Okay. So now I
Thank
have
you.
to
Thank
finish
you.
at this point.
Yes.
So thank you for coming, and thank you for helping me with,
Yeah,
the,
of
with
course.
the lemons.
Whenever you
Really
want,
appreciate
actually.
it. Ramachandra, you can pack Jat some prasadam for the road.
Because I'm not going back home.
Oh.
So I'm not going to carry it.
Where are you going? Some
To
party?
the Mont Royal, there's the festival, so we're going to walk a bit there.
Okay, so you can give your friends.
But it's because I'm not going to keep it in my bag and everything.
Okay.
It's going to be, I'm sorry, because it's going to be a long night.
All right. Ramachandra's maybe he's going to find some solution. All right. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Hare Krishna.
अंतराज श्री जबानिशा की जय शिव प्रभुपाद की जय नमो विष्णुपराय पुष्पपुष्टाय गौरी श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदं स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी कुलमणि प्रचारिणं विशेषेश्वरं
C'est tantôt dans Mont-Royal.
Hmm?
Il y a une note au Mont-Royal.
Ouais.
Mon plateau, tu sais?
Ouais. Bah, parce qu'il y a là le festival, là, le sale et tout.
C'est-tu, moi je me retourne à Marieville. Je suis la 15 sur le nom.
Donc je sais pas en fait. Ça fait juste un an que je suis ici.
Hein?
Ça fait juste un an que je suis ici.
Ok, ok.
Je sais pas vraiment.
Ça se trouve.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a, quel festival?
Il y a comme un grand sale au Montréal. Il y a tous les
Grande
magasins.
vente.
Voilà. Il y a tous les magasins qui
Ah
sont
oui,
là.
oui,